Leo, hey, what's going on? How are you? Leo, I want to thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate you guys. Um, I always got to show you guys so much love because you guys rock with me. You guys show me a lot of love. I just appreciate all of you. So, Leo, this will be your general read for the first half of July of 2019, okay? This will be for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising. Of course, you already know if the messages don't resonate, then don't force it to. Nobody likes a forced message, right? So just, also pay attention to your Moon and Rising. And if nothing's sticking out to you, the best advice I have for you is to just give it a little bit of time. Come back to the video later and see how things are looking then, okay? So let's go ahead and get right into it. Leo, July 2019, the first half. So, as I was doing y'all's pre-shuffle, what was kind of being revealed to me in that was that, like, for a lot of you, either up until now, like up to this point, you may have been like experiencing, like you're waiting around for something to kick back off, right? So there's something that kind of happens seasonal in your life, maybe not necessarily on a regular basis, but just at some point, there's just certain seasons of something that happens, or something that that you have to do, that like right now you're kind of in that lull moment and you're waiting for that to kind of kick back off for you, okay? So I mean, that could be a lot of different things for some of you. I mean, it is the summertime, so if some of you might be in school, and you're waiting for school to kick back off, right? For others of you, especially like if you're like a teacher, I feel like for some of you, I don't really know what teachers do during the summertime when the kids are out of school, but I mean, for a lot of you, if your passion is teaching, you just really can't wait until school starts again so that you can get back into the middle of, that particular groove. That's just an example. I mean, some of you, like if you travel for work, you may be spending some time at home right now, and you're just waiting to get that notification like, oh, it's time to hit the road. Hit the road, Jack. I don't know where that came from. All right. Go ahead and pull some signs from Spirit, and let's push forward with this reading. So Spirit, please allow us to see for Leo, for Jane. Okay. All right. So the first card that we have is 333, Trinity, mind, body, and soul. You are in the zone. Express your true, authentic self. Okay. And then the next card that we have, I'll put that down there so you can see the numbers. But the next card that we have is the color gray. Depressed, detached, and unemotional. So, honestly, Leo, I'm sensing like a little bit of, for some of you, I'm sensing like a little bit of duality in a way. I feel like there's times where, you may be really, really expressive and really, really, zen and all about, just really letting your own light shine through. And then also I see that there's times where probably the other side of that, maybe what people don't necessarily know about, is that, there may be some depression pockets. There may be some times where, you are really like kind of faking emotion to just get yourself through the day. You may be doing a pretty good job at it though. But this is also saying that, you know, it does serve as a reminder that when you are feeling those really, really, you know, dark moments, this is where you can understand, like, okay, I know that I have some mind, body, and soul work to do on myself. And this is the moment where I can do something like creative to really express how I'm really feeling, right? And it may not even be anything that you have to share with anybody, you know. It doesn't have to be anything that you have to really share with anybody unless you want to, but this is just more of the release of that, okay? I mean, for a lot of you, you may just even be seeing the color gray a lot. Or you just may just be carrying a very like blah type of attitude about life right now. And but something is definitely jump starting within you. Something spiritual is jump starting within you that is not going to be able to allow you to sit still. Like, you're going to have to be able to express everything that you're feeling, you know, your authentic self, right? So even those dark and deep down things, right, that you really don't necessarily want to deal with on your own, much less tell other people, right? You know, you're going to have to get that out of you. And again, for most of you, it's going to be quite creative. Others of you, you know, you may actually have to go seek therapy, talk to someone, you know, that's someone that's non-biased and not going to judge, because that's how you just need to get that out of you, right? I just feel the need to just, it's like you guys are going to be at some point itching to just get all of this blah and ick just out of you. I can't say it any other way, but let's go ahead and pull some more oracle before we move into the tarot. There's way too many cards. Whoa. Okay, Leo. Goodness. You see what I'm saying? Like, you guys are going to be itching to get the stuff out of you. And I can see it right now. The cards are spilling all over the place. So a lot of breathing moments, a lot of moments to just kind of pause and see where you're at emotionally, see where you need to assess yourself, Leo. We have, we have the unicorn. Good fortune and friendship. I like this because what this is telling me is that through and through, Leo, you, through and through, like, things probably aren't necessarily as bad as you think they are. Now, I'm not going to say, you know, for every Leo, right? Because of course somebody's going to be like, well, my situation is pretty bad. And yeah, we're definitely sometimes put up against really, really tough spaces, right? But sometimes, just sometimes, we can make a situation out to be a lot more than it is in our head. And that is what brings us to a very, 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 that's where we start wanting to, detach ourselves from things, and kind of numb our emotions, right? Because it's like, you don't really want to deal. But I think all in all, I think you're going to really have probably one good person in your life or one good person in your environment that is going to be able to tell you, okay, like, Leo, it's okay to feel certain things, but it's also okay to express them, right? And I think this person is going to be someone who you can really, really talk to, someone who's really, really going to listen to you, okay? You may just even be fortunate enough to actually kind of meet somebody during this time frame that you really feel very, very comfortable expressing, your particular brand of uniqueness. So let's go ahead and get into the reading, Leo, into the tarot messages. Spirit, what is the strongest message here that Leo needs to hear for the first half of July of 2019? What is the strongest message for Leo? I hear thunder. Okay. Okay. Leo, what I'm getting here is I'm getting a sense that yes, okay. So what I'm getting a sense here is I'm getting a sense that like so Leo, there's like something that you really, really are trying to manifest for yourself. For some of you, it's where you're trying to manifest a more emotional maturity. You know, sometimes you're not trying to always manifest like people or lovers or houses and cars, right? Like sometimes you are manifesting a feeling that you'd like to carry with you. And with this King of Cups here, when the King of Cups is upright, what I get the sense is like this is someone who is very emotional, but they are mature about their emotions, and they're not afraid to like kind of isolate themselves to deal with those emotions, right? They come off very, very, very strong in their emotions, almost kind of stubborn, but it's only considered stubborn because, again, like they kind of really just isolate themselves and they don't really like allow anyone else to like influence their emotions. But with this being in the reverse, this is telling me, right, that Leo, you're putting in work to manifest being the opposite of that, right? Like you don't necessarily want to be isolated and feeling down, or not even that, even if you don't feel down, like you just don't necessarily want to be isolated. You're wanting people around you that you can express your ideas and your emotions to. So we have the Nine of Swords here in reverse under the Eight of Pentacles. Leo, what I'm getting here is you guys are, you're, okay, I like this. I like this because you guys, in a way, you're distracting yourself from like that mental anguish by like throwing yourself into like maybe for some of you work or different projects or other people's situations, right? Like you throw yourself into those so that you don't have to necessarily deal with the mental anguish. With the Nine of Swords upright, this is where like you're staying up all night, you can't sleep. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff just there's a lot of different scenarios playing out, like, you know, and everyone is just like, oh, like, you know, I can't take. But with it being in the reverse, I see like you letting go of that. And you're doing that by keeping yourself pretty distracted on very, very tedious other items. And not to say that this isn't there. That still is there because you still are trying your might to manifest something. With the Four of Cups, though, in under the Alchemist, next to the Nine of Swords, excuse me, the Nine of Swords in reverse, I do get the sense that you, at this point, Leo, or at some point, kind of reach what I feel is like emotional exhaustion, right? So we have 3 cups down here that you're already dealing with. right? And what you're trying to manifest, right, is being given to you, or it's you know, it's there for you to have. However, you're exhausted emotionally because there's a lot of things going on in the back of your mind that you put a lot of energy into distracting yourself from. Okay, I see. I'm almost getting like almost seeing like a wheel, right? Where it's like you're feeling in a rut because you're feeling in a rut because you because what you're trying to manifest, how can I say it? Because I want to be clear. It's like I get this, okay, so the image that I'm getting, Leo, there was like this old commercial. I don't even know, some of you guys may have seen it, I don't know, but I'll try to explain it to the best of my ability. It was like this old commercial, and in the commercial, there was like this car that was stuck in the mud, and no matter how bad those wheels were turning, right, it kept getting them like even more stuck, right? Even though they could really see the finish line. And what I'm getting from that is like, okay, that still didn't come out clear. You are trying to distract yourself from what is keeping you emotionally down by not dealing with what's keeping you emotionally down. But you are going to have to deal with it. Okay? You are going to have to deal with it. And the best way for you to deal with it at this point is I see you actually talking to someone and reaching out to someone. And then we have the Queen of Swords here. So yeah, you are going to really have to be like seeking counsel. I really feel like this Queen of Swords is someone that you can talk to, whether they're male or female. You know, they're very intellectual. Oh, look, that's so crazy. I kind of almost got a peek at the card that was under the deck. But anyways, this is someone who's very intellectual, very truthful, and they're going to be able to give you the clear cut and honesty and the truth. And that's really what you need to kind of get you back emotionally on track. Okay? Because there are a lot of doubts and fears going on in the back of your mind, but you're distracting. All you're doing is distracting yourself from it. You're not necessarily dealing with the core of the issue. The outcome card here is the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands is telling me that, yeah, there is a lot of conflict going on with yourself. For some of you, it may be you dealing with conflict from people outside of you. You know, or people contributing to, you know, added stress, right? You may kind of like, this is where you may kind of be throwing, for some of you, you may be like throwing yourself into like other people's mess and drama because it's distracting you from your own. Okay? But the card that we had under the deck was the Ace of Swords, right? So what this tells me here, Leo, is that you're going to have to communicate your truth. You're going to have to communicate that truth. I feel like that is what's really going to kind of lift the weight off of you emotionally, and really allow you to work yourself down and actually, you know, kind of put the Nine of Swords in reverse is you like letting go of like certain fears and anxieties, right? But you're going to be able to do that in a proper way, letting go of those fears and anxieties by actually exposing them and not distracting yourself from them. Okay? Oh boy. Because really all it's doing is just keeping you from Like you've pretty much manifested in a way. It's like you may have already manifested what it is that you've been trying to manifest, but there's just this one little thing that you got to do, and that's you have to communicate. You have to open up. You have to expose it, because that is what's going to, again, get it out of you. Like I said, creative. You're going to have to get creative with it for some of you. Let's go ahead and pull some clarification. Whoa. Interesting. So the card that popped out and revealed itself was the Star card. It's the card of Aquarius. Leo, you're definitely dealing a lot with your mind. Okay. The things that you tell yourself on a mental level are affecting you emotionally, right? This is the card of Aquarius. Aquarius is definitely a very an air sign. So we definitely have Queen of Swords here and then the Ace of Swords. So again, this is all about truth. This is all about being hopeful that the truth will allow you to, you know, release all of your anxieties and all of your, you know, kind of pull you out of that depression pocket. Let's keep going. The Judgment card, yeah. Oh, wow. Another major arcana. So, Judgment, yeah. Leo, you got to want it for yourself. Like, there's a point where you're going to be, you're going to have to say to yourself, like, okay, this is not acceptable. And I don't have to feel like this. I'm tired of feeling down, right? What do I need to do? Or what do I need to change about myself? Or what do I need to get rid of? Like what do I need to call to the carpet about myself that is going to you know, allow me to be able to like feel better. So what, or better yet, what is it that I can call to the carpet about myself that I can go ahead and deal with, right? Because that will definitely lighten the load for you. Okay, Three of Swords. Of course, the depression and, you know, the blah and the glum kind of situation that you may have been dealing with lately. Of course, it comes from somewhere, you know. Maybe for some of you, it may have been you've been betrayed by people. You may have even disappointed yourself. You may have been disappointed by other people over and over. Got 3, 3, 3, 3. And then I count 3 swords down here too. There's 1 sword there, 1 sword there, 1 sword there. And then 3 of Swords, 3, 3, 3. Yeah. Wow. Wow. I understand that this isn't easy, Leo. I understand why you're at conflict with yourself. Or you may be in conflict with people around you because, you know, maybe you're just not as trusting or accepting. I get it. I can definitely understand that. But, you know, there's still hope here. You just have to really call to the carpet, make other people accountable for the things that they have done to you to put you in a certain space. And not to say that, you know, the way that you feel is always going to be someone else's fault. But I just feel very specifically here that, Leo, you may have been through certain situations where people have disappointed you over and over and over again, to the point to where I think you felt like you did not deserve certain things in life. And now it's like, okay, you feel like, yeah, there's a possibility where you do feel like you deserve those things, but now you're fighting against all of that, those mental beatdowns that have been happening over and over and over again for a lot of you, maybe for the past 3 months, 3 years. Okay? Three of Wands clarifying the Five of Wands. Yeah. I get the sense that I get the sense that I like this because this is the outcome card. Usually the three of wands is talking about like what you're waiting for, right, to come into you. But honestly, the way I see it is I see it where you're actually looking out and you're watching all of that drama and all of that chaos leave you, and you're like, bye, bye. And even within yourself, you've expressed it, you've gotten it off of your chest, you've put it out there creatively. And so, it's like, this is you closing the book in your journal. Like, all right, now I can move on, right? And then look, the card under the deck was the Four of Wands. So yay. So this is good because this is a stable home environment. It's also like the marriage card. This is also where you have somebody here with you, right? So this is where like you're probably meeting someone that you really can express your true authentic self with, and they're able to build with you. You can trust them. There's healing there. This is really good, Leo. Honestly, for some of you, this may be about love, but for others of you, this is just about in general, the things that are going on in your environment, okay? You may have been let down and disappointed by people, friends, family, lovers, etc. Or you may have been just let down and disappointed by countless situations that have not worked out the way you want it to work out. Okay? But what the bigger thing here is, Leo, you've been distracting yourself from those particular problems for so long that it's like you're really going to have to really sit down and just really bring everything out of you and say, okay, I have to deal with it. I'm going to deal with it. I'm no longer going to live like this. We got two X's here with the Judgment card. So this is completion. This is you saying, all right, I've had enough. Enough is enough. What is it that's going on in my life that I need to fix or that I need to change? Because I used to have hope, but now I'm just very down, or I've been letting things keep me down, right? You're also it's funny how this Three of Swords came up on top of the Queen of Swords and the King of Cups in reverse, because if this is the counselor that you're going to be talking to, or if this is that intellectual that you're going to be like, really kind of spilling all of your emotions really to, in a way, this is going to be really what's going to be the topic of discussion, all of your disappointments of life, whether that's in love, work, or whatever. Okay? And then once that happens, right, you still have this three because you're watching that go away. And then once it's finally gone away, right, then you elevate to the Four of Wands. So, oh, wow. Yes, progression. You remember how there was threes all over the place, right? Three of Swords, Three of Wands, 333, and then I counted all three swords down there, right? But now you end up with 4. You end up with a number 4 at the end. You progress. You find stability. And for some of you, you even find someone that's you find someone that's that you're going to be able to confide in, or that's going to be able to kind of, if not start a relationship with you, they're just going to be the type of person that's going to be there to like kind of keep you grounded. Okay. So Leo, those are your messages. I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I've talked for 30 minutes. I did not intend to make the reading that long, but you guys have a great rest of your time watching this, or excuse me, you have a great rest of your time. I'll see you guys later in July. Let me know how it works out in the comment box below. Of course, you already know I appreciate your likes, your shares, your comments, your subscribes, all of that. All right. So talk to you later, Leo. Bye.